Raekwon McMillan arrived in Columbus with a lot of fanfare, and he certainly lived up to the hype. Turned out to be a tremendous playmaker and leader for this football team. He moves on to the NFL, and you're sometimes surprised if you're focused as a college football fan on the production on the field and as good as the players are at the collegiate level, where the scouts project them, because sometimes it's these guys that aren't very productive that they love the measurements, and then other guys that are making plays all over the place that aren't necessarily measuring up to what NFL scouts are looking for. Raekwon McMillan, not necessarily a top 60 pick. It appears right now he might slide a little bit into that second round as it appears. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he is another guy kind of helped himself out with the combine. There was a lot of questions for some reason on his coverage ability. Where Raekwon really is going to stand out for teams is how smart he is and how just good of a guy he is. You hear nothing but great things about Raekwon McMillan, and that's going to translate good for NFL player general managers interviewing him and the coaching staff. So he's going to come off very highly rated as far as personal appearances go. Raekwon McMillan, I think he's a little underrated in my opinion. He's a very solid middle linebacker. He did what he needed to do for the Buckeyes, but it's not necessarily that flashiness or the big type of plays that people are looking for when they are projecting how he's going to do into the NFL. But you think about who he had around him. He had, Josh Perry, Darren Lee playing on both sides of him. So those guys are the ones that are out there making the big plays. Raekwon's just kind of there in the middle, making every tackle of the plays up the middle. This year he had Jerome Baker and Chris Worley, so two other guys that are kind of athletic and able to go out there and make plays. So McMillan's just, he's that middle linebacker. He's going to tackle the running back when he comes up the middle. He's going to fill every gap that he's supposed to. Nothing flashy, but I think Raekwon McMillan, if I had to bet out of any of these guys being drafted for the Buckeyes on which one's going to start for the next 10 years for some team, I would put money on Raekwon because he's just going to be that steady in the middle. May never make, all pros or, be the best linebacker, but he's going to be a starter for many, many years for some team in the NFL, and he's going to be a solid guy there.
Yeah, he just has that feel about him for all the reasons that you just cited, that he's going to be a solid, productive player, barring injury in the NFL. Hopefully things work out for him there and he stays on the field, because I can't imagine that he's not going to be a producer at the NFL level. Not the flashy plays, not the turnovers and that sort of thing, but yeah, productive, going to be where he needs to be to make the plays, and going to be a leader on the field. And just to underline the point that we were making about Curtis Samuel, Todd McShay doesn't have him in the first two rounds, so that's 64 picks. Mel Kiper has the Eagles plucking up Curtis Samuel at 43 as a running back / wide receiver.